Hello, Daniela. Good afternoon for you.
Sorry, teacher. Hi.
How's it going?
Hey, it's going okay. I am
Awesome.
fine. How are you?
Uh, I'm alive. A
Oh my God. Really?
lot of work. Yes.
Oh, yes, I can imagine.
Yeah, that doesn't change a bit. I was gonna ask you, so how you doing with your applications?
My applications of the scholarships or
Yes.
the jobs.
Everything.
Well, it's going okay. Yesterday I had like a talk in the university, so I went there
Okay.
and I was looking the scholarships that we have like for our country. So yes, I am applying, but now I am applying for another jobs, and it's a lot paperwork, but it's okay. Today I have an interview, so I hope that it goes okay. So yeah,
I know,
yeah.
I know. Well, it takes time.
Yes, it takes a lot of things to do, but it's okay. I am patient.
Awesome. I know it takes time, but in the end, well, it's just a matter of waiting for the results, right? But
Yes, and thank you for asking.
yes, I mean, I know it's very important for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanna keep updated on what's going on. Are you gonna go to
Thank you.
London? That'll be
Thank
awesome,
you. Mhm.
right? So okay. So today we are going to discuss something very important. Okay.
Okay.
Everything is
Mhm.
important, but this one, I like it.
Okay.
I like it in particular because you see this information everywhere. Okay. So Latin phrases used in English.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You have some Latin, you have some Greek, but mostly Latin. And we will discuss a few of them, right? So, for example, it says here, "Huis custodiant ipsos custodes," who will watch the watchman. Pretty sure
Okay.
you're not gonna see this phrase, but just in case,
Mhm.
that's what it means. But that's not the case. There are quite a few Latin words and phrases that appear in English, usually in written English, but sometimes in spoken English too. Some of them are used more in certain areas such as law, medicine, business, etc. Okay. And generally, you do not need to learn and use many Latin phrases, but it could help you to recognize them when you see them. Here are some of the most common ones. Note that many Latin phrases are used in other, mainly European languages. So yes, so if you speak one of those languages, you may be familiar with many, if not all of the Latin phrases on this page. What they mean is like, for example, Spanish, Portuguese, French, Italian. Some of the Latin phrases could be a little bit similar to Spanish, perhaps. Not everything. Remember, Latin is a already obsolete language.
Mhm.
But a lot of people say this. Latin is an obsolete language. It's not used anymore. It's not spoken. But I don't know. I do not agree completely with that argument because we see Latin in writing, and just like it says here, in
Yeah.
law, medicine, business. So it's not a completely dead language. What do
Yeah.
you say?
Yes, I think that it's because a lot worse that is like the start of everything.
Hmm.
So maybe it's because it's not dead, but maybe it's the people say that because it's not used. We are not using that language now. So yeah.
Okay,
I, uh-huh.
that's correct. Yes, you're right. And well, let's review some of the most frequent ones. Of course, some of them you might be familiar, and a lot of them are going to be new. For
Okay.
example, ad hoc. form or done for a particular purpose only. Ad for addition. Hoc.
Mhm.
An ad hoc committee was set up to oversee the matter. Okay.
Mm.
Ad nauseum, repeated or continuing to the point of boredom. Okay.
Mm.
The
Mm.
apparent risk of secondary smoking have been debated ad nauseum. Okay. So bona fide, genuine and real. Only bona fide members of the club may use the clubhouse. Okay. Cavit emptor. Let the buyer beware. Okay. The principle that the buyer is responsible for checking the quality and suitability of goods before the purchase is made. Okay. So it's
Mhm.
pretty much like a policy.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And
A
this one,
policy.
yeah. Cavit emptor. Let the buyer beware. The principle that the
Mhm.
buyer is responsible for checking the quality and suitability of goods before a purchase is made. Okay. For example, mm, I don't know if the time that you were in the US, are you familiar with junkyards?
Changers?
Mhm.
No.
Or auto parts, used auto parts uh,
Out of.
yards? No. There, for example, in Texas, there are these places that are big and they sell used vehicle parts.
Oh, vehicle parts.
Yes.
Uh, no,
Okay.
no.
So, for example, what they do is that they have the cars outside in the yard, and if
Mm-hmm.
you need a part, you go see it. It-
Mm.
and you're responsible. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you want that part? That's it. You get, you buy what you see. So that would be a cavit emptor. Let the buyer beware. So he is responsible for whatever choice he's making.
Okay. It's like a sale, a big sale, but it's not for a agent, I think so.
Not the concept of, I'm just giving the car sales as an example, but
Okay.
the action of the buyer,
Oh, okay.
the
Okay.
action of the buyer, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And for example, this one, circa.
Circa?
Yes.
Okay.
Around approximately, como
Mm-hmm.
cerca,
Mm-hmm.
1870. The house was built circa 1870. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
And this one is more like a law. Coitus interruptus. Interrupted Congress, aborting sexual intercourse prior to ejaculation. So this is more like a birth control policy, perhaps from Roman empires. Uh,
Oh.
but I'm pretty sure in all of the laws that we see in every country, we have abortion laws, uh, birth control laws, and for populations mainly, right? For maintaining a certain population in areas. Not all countries, right? Because some
Mhm.
countries they just don't care, like India. It's
Yes, it's true.
a lot.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
so something like that would be like a policy.
Mhm.
Like I
Okay.
said, many of these expressions we are not familiar. Compos mentis, in control of the mind, often used ironically. Okay. Please call me later when I'm compos mentis. Like
Wow.
focused, pretty much.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. De facto, in fact, in reality. Okay. Although the emperor was the head of state, the de facto ruler of Japan was the shogun. Okay.
Mhm.
Ergo, this one probably you have seen it. And that means therefore.
Oh, mhm.
Okay.
Very good.
Erratum, error, mistake. List of errors from a previous publication are often marked errata, the plural meaning errors. And you have seen this. For example, in my experience, um, how can I give you an example? Imagine you are always updating a document.
Okay.
Okay. For example, let's talk about flights,
Okay.
air flights.
Mm-hmm.
For a big company, United
American
Airlines.
Airlines.
Okay, American Airlines, yes. So imagine, so they're saying, okay, we have today, so we're the 25th October, we have 3,850, I'm just making up a number, flights, okay?
Okay.
And this is for the month of October, okay? This is the how can I say, the forecast. We're going to close October with 380 and 3,850 flights.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden is, and make it smaller. They say, okay, so we're 26th October, and for some reason, your forecast changes, and whoa, we are now in 6,400 flights.
Mm-hmm.
Flights for October.
Yeah.
So these we would call it fe de rata.
Fe de rata. Fe de rata.
Legalidad de errores. So this is an
Mm.
update. A change.
Oh.
Our original plan changed to something different.
Hmm. Okay, I understand.
Just one example. This is
Yeah.
professionally. It could be in many different cases. For example, even, and this is something, this is not a mistake. It's just an update on sales, on people, I guess, traveling, right? It could be
Yeah.
vacations because of Halloween. I don't know, many things. But for example, let's see, I send an email and boom, I give you the wrong part number.
Okay.
I need to send an email so that I can correct myself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
So I would say fe de rata.
Fe de rata. Okay.
So that I can correct myself. Okay. So that's pretty much what it is. That's how you use it nowadays. But erratum means mistake. Errata means mistakes.
Mistakes.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay.
And etc. And the rest, that's what it means. Because et means y. Like in French. Y el resto, etc. Etc.
Okay. I understand now.
Oh,
Okay.
yes. So, I mean, we're so used to these words that we, at some point, we believe they belong to our language, but they're not.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's continue. Ex gratia, from kindness of grace without recognizing any liability or legal obligation, they receive an undisclosed ex gratia payment. Okay. Ex means outside, outside of kindness.
Outside.
It goes outside, yes. Ex libris, from the books, from the library. Okay, so that means that that information was gotten from books, ex libris. Where do you get the information? Ex libris, from the books.
Okay.
Remember, this is a very old language. Maybe not as old as Aramean, but but it's old, right? So habeas corpus and a court order instructing that a person under arrest be brought before a judge. Okay. The right of habeas corpus has been regarded as an important safeguard of individual liberty. Okay, good.
Mm.
And let's see, there's more. Oh, check it out. Have you ever watched that movie, Scent of a Woman? Perfume de
Mm.
mujer con Al Pacino.
Oh, no. Maybe
No.
yes. Is
Oh, it's
the
been a while.
serial killer?
No, 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 no.
No.
No, Al Pacino, he's an ex-military, ex-marine, and he's
Okay.
blind.
Okay.
He's
Yeah, I didn't.
blind. I'm sorry?
Mhm. I didn't see.
Okay, it's a really good movie. But in the end, he represents a student because his parents are not around. And he says, in loco parentis, in the place of a parent.
Okay. In the place of a
Teachers
parent.
sometimes have to act in loco parentis, like a substitute.
Okay,
Or
like a
sometimes
stepfather.
we call it mentor nowadays.
Mentor. Okay, okay. I
Yes.
understand. Yeah.
Not that the parents are locos. No.
Okay.
I can laugh.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I
My body
understand.
hurts.
Mm.
My body aches because this weekend I I went to sleep very late and someone slept on top of me and I didn't notice until
Some
I woke up. Huh?
your pets?
Just one, the husky, 30
Uh,
kilograms on top of my chest.
yeah, and they are heavy, huh?
You have no idea.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So I don't know how many hours, but my body aches. It hurts. So I can laugh. Everything hurts. Okay, sorry. In situ, in its play, in its original place. The paintings have been taken to the museum, but the statues have been left in situ. Okay.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
check the next one. In vitro. In biology, taking place outside a living organism, for example, in a test tube. In vitro fertilization. Okay.
Okay.
Sometimes we consider vitro like vidrio, but we see that it's not.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
It means outside its original environment so that it can grow. Have you ever seen how they grow orchideas?
No, never.
Okay. If you ever have the chance, I don't know if you like orchideas or orchids. They grow them in glasses, in bottles, glass, in bottles. Yeah, glass bottles, because that creates the perfect environment for them to grow under certain
Mm.
temperatures. You know, orchids are one of the most difficult plants to grow,
Mm-hmm.
right? So they have to be in a special place. Anyways, inter alia, among other things, the report covers inter alia computers, telecommunications, and air travel. Okay. The next one, per, which means for each. The petrol station charges $5 per gallon. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Any more questions?
No, I know the last one. I use it a lot. Per
Which one? Per?
per.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yes, we use it a lot. Also, I use
Yeah.
it for quotations, uh, for math. We use it a lot. And check it out. Per annum, per each year, the population is increased by about 2% per annum. Okay. Sounds like in Spanish, por año.
Mm-hmm.
Por cada año, that's actually what it means.
Mm-hmm.
And the next one, per capita, for each person. The country's annual income is 5,000 per capita. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the next one, per se, in itself, themselves, intrinsically. Es como decir, por decir,
Oh.
per se, por decir, per se.
Mhm.
I think it's better for us to explain it in Spanish.
Yeah,
Okay.
sometimes.
These facts per se are not important. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yes. And the next one, post-mortem. Examination of a body after death. Autopsy. The post-mortem revealed that she had been murdered.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. And pro rata, proportionally, the car rental charge is $50 per day, and the pro rata for part of a day. Okay. Pro
Mhm.
rata. So that means equal parts. So how
Equal.
many hours a day? 8. Or it's a rental, so 24 hours. So 24 hours divided by 50.
24 hours, 12,
50 divided by 24.
50 divided per
That's
30.
like $2 an hour, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And if you only use the car 8 hours, so you multiply that by 8, that will be $16. That's what pro rata.
Pro-
And check it out. There's people that say prorratear,
Prorratear. Oh,
something
okay.
like that. Prorratear, prorratear.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I never heard it in Spanish before until someone said it at work, and that was once. Sí los has
Mhm.
escuchado, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Prorratear.
Ujú.
Okay. So that's the correct way in Spanish. Pero no sé si en verdad existe esa palabra en español.
Sí.
¿Sí existe?
No, no lo sé, no
¿O
creo.
solamente es como el Tex-Mex?
No, no lo sé. No, no creo
Spanglish,
que,
right?
no creo
I
que
don't
exista.
know. I don't
Ujú.
know. To be honest, I need to do some investigation about this.
Yeah.
But that's what it means, pro rata.
Okay.
And the next one, quid pro quo. Favor or advantage given or expected in return for something. That means I give you something, you give me something back.
Okay.
Okay.
Ujú.
And the next one, re, about, concerning, regarding. And we say that re, unpaid invoice. Okay. I spoke to the manager, re, your salary increase. About, concerning, regarding your salary increase. And you see this in emails, right?
Yeah.
And we say like we think that is a response, but it's not actually. It's the subject.
Oh,
For me,
it's like a request.
not necessarily.
Hmm.
It's more like a regarding, concerning, about, like the topic.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And sine qua non, essential condition, thing that is absolutely necessary without which not. Oh, words are a sine qua non of spoken language. Okay, so necessary, sine qua non. Okay. The next one, status quo, existing state of affairs. Okay. Monarchies naturally wish to maintain the status quo. So that means no change.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, sometimes these explanations are a little too complex, pero por ejemplo, status quo, o sea, cero o nada, no cambio.
Mhm.
That's what it means.
No. Okay. Mhm.
Status quo, okay?
Mhm.
So terra firma, dry land, the ground as opposed to the air or sea, okay? Shackleton and his men set foot on terra firma after 3 weeks at sea. Okay.
Mm. Mhm.
Any questions?
No, no.
Verbatim in exactly the same words. Verba de verbo palabras, ¿no?
Yeah.
Verbatim. Exactly the same words. I had to memorize the text verbatim. Okay. So word for word.
Mhm.
Versus against. And we know that one, right?
Yeah.
And
Versus.
vice versa, the other way around. My telephone serves me and not vice versa.
Mhm.
I can laugh. Sorry. I love that example. Okay. Persona non grata, unacceptable or unwelcome person. Okay. Persona no grata. Okay.
Mm.
Indeseable, ¿no?
Yeah.
From now on, you may consider yourself persona non grata in this house. Okay, that's tough. Okay. All right. So we have some sayings too. Some Latin sayings and quotations. Okay. And let's see. Carpe diem, seize the day. An exclamation urging someone to make the most of the present time and not worry about the future. Carpe diem, seize the day. Okay,
Oh, okay.
I like it.
Mhm.
And this one, we saw it in an example, cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. French philosopher Descartes' famous formula of 1641 attempting to prove his own existence.
Mhm.
I think, therefore I am.
Yeah.
Okay. So, dulce et decorum est pro patria mori. It is a sweet and glorious thing to die for one's country. Okay. From Horace, it's used by Wilfred Owen for the title of a poem about World War I. Dulce et decorum est. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
I don't know about today, but yeah. Anyways, festina lente, hurry slowly. Wow. Festina lente. An oxymoron. Okay, yes, of course. So oxymoron means an expression that shows opposite expressions, opposite words.
Okay.
No?
Mhm.
Similar to more haste, less speed. Menos velocidad. Okay. More haste,
Mm.
más prisa.
Hmm.
Interesting, right?
Mhm.
Oxymoron. Festina lente. In vino veritas. I love that expression. In wine truth, meaning that a drunk man reveals the truth about himself.
Meaning that a drunk man reveals the truth about himself because he's drunk?
Well, in vino veritas.
Oh, okay.
In
Okay.
wine truth, vino means wine.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Veritas truth.
yeah.
And yes, right? Because, you know, nil desperandum.
I don't know. No, yes, I am
Ah,
kidding. I am kidding. Yes, yes, I know.
I can laugh. Okay.
Yes.
Nil desperandum, do not despair. Okay. Do not
Mhm.
nil desperandum. Per ardua ad astra, through struggle to the stars. Mm. Motto of British Royal Air Force and others. Astra to the stars.
Mhm.
Quis custodiet ipsos custodes. Who shall guard the guards? Okay.
Okay. Mhm.
And the next one, quod erat demonstrandum.
What are the most random?
Okay. Which was to be demonstrated. The abbreviation is often written after a mathematical proof. Okay. Quid erat demonstrandum. QED. And I'm sure you have seen this as an abbreviation.
Yeah.
Tempus fugit. Time flies.
Mhm.
And this one is an expression. Veni vidi vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. This message sent by Julius Caesar to the Roman Senate after his battle in 47 BC against King Pernaces II.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
And also don't forget we have some abbreviations, and I'm pretty sure you have seen this. AD, Anno Domini, in the year of the Lord. Ad infin, to infinity. AM, ante meridian, before midday. BA, and Bachelor of Arts. BD, Bachelor of Divinity. BL, Bachelor of Law. BLIT, Bachelor of Literature. BM, Bachelor of Medicine. BMUS, Bachelor of Music.
Mhm.
BPhil, Bachelor of Philosophy. BS, Bachelor of Science. Okay.
Mhm.
CF, compare. DD, Doctor of Divinity. DG, by the grace of God. Dei gratia.
They- Mhm.
They like Dios, right? They.
Yeah.
And we have more. But let's focus on the most important ones, like e.g. exempli gratia, for example.
Mhm.
Et al. And others. Et ali, et alia, etc. We already looked at it. Et sec, et sequence, et sequentes, and the following. ID, idem, the same. IE, that is. Okay.
Mhm.
LV, libra, pound. And we always question this. Why do we say LVS in pounds and not pounds? Because we measure
Oh,
it in Latin. We use the Latin words, right?
yes, it's true. Mhm.
And now that's the answer. Master of Arts, MD, Medicine, Doctor. Okay, let's see. And O, número, by number.
Mhm.
Non-obstante. PD, per diem, by the day. PA, per annum, we saw that. PhD, philosophy, doctor of philosophy. Oh, this one, we saw it. Quid erat demonstratum, that needs to be demonstrated. Rex, Regina, king and queen. Oh, RIP, requiescat in paz, rest in peace.
Mhm.
Vox pop, vox populi, the voice of the people. Interesting, right?
Yeah.
Why boombox? Versus, see, versus. Okay. Vox populi, nice. Everything has a meaning, right? And that's it. And these are just some examples just for your knowledge.
Okay.
There, I know there's a lot of questions about this.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure I don't have all the answers. All I can say is that it's not necessarily to memorize all of them, but it is important that you're familiar with them.
Yes.
Okay. Because you, for sure, if you're going to continue your education, you're going to see some of this a little bit more.
Yes,
Okay.
it's true. Mhm.
All right. So let's continue. Give me just a second. And I need to grade your paper, right? And let me see. we need to discuss another essay. Oh, where did I leave it? Sorry. Let me see. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so our next essay is going to be a narrative essay. And we have an outline, how to formulate a narrative essay. So each essay you write will be slightly different from the last, no matter the format. You can begin to formulate your ideas using the following structure. So you have the introduction, the beginning, you have the story middle, story ending, and the conclusion. So it's slightly different from the argumentative format. Do you know what
Yeah.
the hook is?
Like it's like the introduction.
Part
It's
of the
like
introduction?
mm, it's like when you are trying to cap the attention.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. Mhm.
Exactly. So you mentioned you get the attention of the reader,
Mhm.
and then you explain how the message relates to you. Then
Mhm.
you have to state your thesis statement or moral of the story. Why are you saying this narrative? Okay.
Mhm.
And then you have the beginning of the story. You have the setting, the background, the characters, and the event on set. For example, the setting. What would be an example of a setting?
Mm, mm,
In
when
your own
you
words.
are maybe when you're writing about facts.
Okay. Well,
I don't know.
the setting will be more like the place is 1950 in a forest. Uh, there's small houses. Is winter. That would be the setting.
Okay, you are talking about the environment.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And then the background. What is a good example of the background?
Is background means that is mm,
Tell me a little bit about the characters, about the town.
about the town.
For example, if we're talking about a forest, a little bit of background. Okay, this forest, what is it? We're in Germany. Um, in this forest, there were many battles. Julius Caesar marched through here. Background information, story, some history behind this setting.
Okay.
Mhm.
Mm,
What about the characters?
mm,
What
so
different type of characters can you think of? The protagonist?
yes.
What else?
Uh, like the enemy too.
Okay, the antagonist.
Uh-huh.
What else?
Mm,
And supporting characters, right?
yes, like a secondary characters.
Well, you have a secondary protagonist, but also you have uh, just regular characters, right?
Okay.
The role maybe is not that important, but they are part of the story.
Oh.
Okay. And then we have within our body, story middle, short anecdote. What would be an example of an anecdote?
Um, so what is try? No, I don't know. Maybe the story is trying to teach you something. So maybe that.
Yes. Uh-huh. That's
Okay.
correct.
Okay. Mhm.
And then we have a story climax. It's not
Okay.
the
What
end, but
is the
is
problem?
yes.
Mhm. Okay.
And then we have the story ending, short anecdote, and story resolution.
Yeah.
And then we come here for the very end. The moral of the story, how the subject relates to anyone, and reader call to action. Okay. It's actually very easy. It's not that complicated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So let's see. Give me just a second. Give me just a second, okay? I want to show you a little bit of a more formal format. Okay, let me show you my screen. Okay, so I believe this is a little bit more of, an example that will give us different scenarios. So a narrative essay tells a story. It uses descriptive language to tell the beginning, middle, and end of an event. It has an introduction that engages the reader's interest. Details about the main event or action in the story, and conclusion that it describes the outcome. Okay, so let's see. So we have the introduction with the hook. The hook gets the reader's attention with an interesting or surprising fact. Okay, so like you think about Snow White, what's an interesting fact? What she was the daughter of the king.
Yeah.
And that's like, okay, so why is she a maid? So that's the hook. You want to know what's going on. The background tells us the history or what happened before the action. Okay. The thesis. The thesis sentence prepares the reader for the main action of the story, but it doesn't tell the whole story, just a hint about the main action. Okay. So in
Mhm.
this case, the thesis statement has a different role. Okay.
Okay.
But it still is going to keep the main idea of the whole essay. Body
Mm.
paragraphs tell the main story. They use a lot of detail to bring the story to life. We have the situation, the rising action, and the climax. The situation paragraph describes the when, where, what happens in the story, and why the main event is happening step by step. It often uses time order. The rising action is the main events leading to the climax. It also uses time order and many details. Anecdotes, that's what we talk about.
Mhm.
Climax is the main action, the surprise, or the height of the action. It's not the end, but it's getting there, the final fight, for example. Okay. So, conclusion. The conclusion paragraph tells one, what happened after the main event. about a lesson the writer learned, and 3, how the writer's life is changed now. Okay.
Mhm.
And we have some examples here. Identify parts of a narrative essay. Match the parts of a narrative essay to the examples to the right. For example, let's see, what we just read. What is the hook?
Maybe the letter C. Japan is known as land of the rising sun.
That would be the hook? Hmm.
Yes. No, maybe the letter D.
Okay, let's do it like
Yes.
this. What about background?
Mm, The letter B? No. Yeah.
Some history behind.
So the letter C.
Okay, sounds like it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The
This
thesis statement or thesis sentence.
is letter A. No. I don't know. May- Letter B, maybe. Mhm. Yes, maybe it's letter B.
The 3.
Yes, I
Okay,
think. Okay.
and the 4.
Situation. Hmm. The letter F. Right, rising action is letter G.
Okay,
Climax. I didn't know the letter E.
climax.
Yes, I think so.
In conclusion.
The letter A.
Okay. So we have all of this information. Remember
Mhm.
these formats?
Yes.
The hook. Okay, so we're going to do it here. Check it out. The hook. Japan is known as the land of rising sun. You were right. That was a
Right.
hook.
Yeah.
But it's confusing because it's giving you a little bit of history.
Yeah.
Okay. But the history is not in the country necessarily. It's about you. I always thought Japan was an exotic country with interesting customs. I always wanted to go to Japan. But that's your background, your history.
Mhm.
Thesis, eating a pastry taught me an important lesson. Okay. And we said, not necessarily. That was F, right? So that would be the introduction.
Okay.
So let's go back here. So the hook is this one. Okay. Background. And the thesis. Which one was it?
Mm, the letter E, I think so. I didn't know what I was going to learn an important lesson because of the simple pastry.
Okay. Okay. So that would be this one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just making corrections here. Now, for the body, we have the situation. Getting off the plane and walking the streets of Tokyo, Japan was very exciting, but it also felt the same as home. Okay. So the situation in this case, that would be
Mm,
here.
yes.
Mhm.
Mhm.
The rising action, I was hungry and I wanted to eat something cheap and delicious. I found a bakery. I saw a strawberry jam pastry like back home. That would be the rising action.
Yeah. The letter F.
F, right? Oops, not what I wanted to do. And climax. I bit into a pastry. I was surprised to find it was not strawberry jam.
The letter G.
And the conclusion, of course,
Yes.
was
The letter
correct.
A.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So wouldn't it be easier if we just read the essay? Let's read the essay and
Okay.
it'll make more sense. If
Okay.
you want, I can start, okay? So my first Japanese pastry. Japan is known as the land of the rising sun. Ever since I was a child, I always thought of Japan as an exotic country, filled with many strange and interesting customs. I had always wanted to travel to Japan and experience its old and unique culture. Luckily, it was my first year in the university, and I was able to study abroad in Japan. I was so excited, but little did I know that I was about to learn an important lesson because of a simple pastry. Okay, so you have different colors: pink, red, orange, right?
Mhm.
Pretty much here. The hook, background, and thesis. All right.
Mhm.
Oops. Let's continue. Can you help me?
Yes. At first, everything was new and exciting for me. Getting off the airplane from the London and walking the streets of Tokyo for the first time was very exciting. Seeing old temples, shrines, and some people dressed in kimonos was exciting, and it fit my image of Japan exactly. I thought to myself, my dream has come true. However, after a while, the new buildings, the modern public transportation system, and the modern department stores with all the signs in English made me feel at home. I thought basically Japan is like the UK. Walking around, I start to feel hungry. I start looking for something cheap and delicious. I didn't know where I was, so I follow followed my nose and found a bakery. There were many breads and pastries everywhere. I really felt like I was back home. Suddenly, spotted a delicious looking strawberry jam pastry. I bit into the pastry. What is this? I thought. I was surprised to find that it was not filled, filled filled with strawberry jam. It was filled with sweet bean paste, called anko in Japan. It was such a disappointment. disappointed. Although I didn't like sweet bean pastry that day, I have learned to love it. What I learned was that many things look the same in Japan as in my country. However, on the inside, they are pure Japanese and they should be appreciated for what they are. Now traveling is more enjoyable since I learned that lesson.
Okay. So yes, right? Things
Mhm.
can change.
Yes.
So any questions about this essay?
No. No. It looks that it's more like these kind of essays are more friendly for the writer, I think so. It's like,
Yes. Yes, they
yeah.
are. And
Mhm.
also, I mean, it not because they're friendly doesn't mean they're not interesting.
Yeah.
Because this is actually what I call nonfiction.
Hmm.
Is your own experience.
Yes.
And I like reading these essays because it's your personal experience of whatever anecdote you had,
Yes. It's true.
or you had many, right?
Mhm.
And yes, I mean, you can see the shape of a bread and say, whoa, that looks like back home. But you have all of these feelings going through your mind, like, yes, I'm about to taste a strawberry. Yeah, boom, no, it's not chocolate or something else, right? And
Mhm.
that happened to me uh, when I was living in Merida, in close to Cancun. Um,
Mhm.
I ordered a tamal, you know. I don't know how popular tamales are in Bolivia, but in Mexico, it's like the top, one of the top dishes in Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
and I bought one. They call it brazo de reina because it's supposed to be a big tamal. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna buy one. Is wrapped in banana leaves, so it should be good. All the ones that I have tasted in different places in Mexico, they were good, but this is the first time in the peninsula. So when I started
Mhm.
eating, I said this thing has no flavor and is too not hard, but um, how can I say it? Like a pasty, not hard but pasty, and not soft and gentle. And I said, this probably is the worst tamal that I have ever eaten in my life. But that's my
Mm,
opinion. That's
okay.
that's the way they cook in that area. Okay.
Yes.
But I had a similar experience like the writer from this essay. My expectation was something different and all surprise,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Yes, it's like eating tacos in Canada. It's not
Yeah.
the same.
It's not the same. It's
It's
true.
not the same.
Yeah.
Yes, and I had also that same experience in Canada. Yes, but I was so hungry that I said, okay, what the hell?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Understand.
Anyways, yes. And that's all for today, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I will share this information with you. And we need a date for this narrative essay. Remember, when you take the TOEFL, you don't have days, you have minutes to write it,
Mhm.
and not
I
even
know.
minutes. Okay. And what about submitting this essay tomorrow morning?
Mm, y- Yes, it's okay.
Okay. Okay.
Before our class, after, because tomorrow is
It could
Wednesday,
be
right?
after. It could be
Yeah.
after. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yes,
Okay.
it's fine.
All right. So that's all for today. Oh, before we go, could you help me
Mhm.
with the survey?
Mhm. Okay.
Okay, and there's another one. Give me just a sec.
Mhm. Mm. Okay.
And the last one. Sorry, I know it's a lot, but
No, it's okay.
rules are rules, you know.
No, it's fine. Okay.
Thank you, Daniela. Have a great day, and
Here
I'll
you.
talk to you tomorrow.
Okay. Bye.
Bye bye.